What's going on, Set Free Fishing? I got a sit down video coming at you. We're gonna do some talking on sobriety and some things that that come up in the meetings that I go to, and just some stuff that I have on my heart and that's been suggested to talk about. So what I want to talk to you about today, it has to do with something that's said in society, but we embrace it in AA. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. When a topic is brought up in one of these AA meetings, I write the topic down and then I let my heart do the writing. So what I write down, though it seems kind of clinical, what I write down at that moment is straight from my heart, and I let my heart guide my hand to put the words on the paper. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I'll die an addict, but I'll die sober by the grace of God, and only by His grace and the help from the rooms of AA. I once laughed and mocked at the rooms of AA, saying, I don't need to go sit in a room and admit I'm an addict, because I'm no longer that person. But now I have come to terms that this is who I am, and it is who I will always be. And I'm okay with that, because though this is who I am, I can remain sober and do not have to pick up that drink or drug. When I'm having a bad day, I can call on God for peace and guidance. And I can also pick up the phone and call a member of AA who most likely has been in the same situation that I'm going through. We are not in this alone. You no longer have to fight by yourself. Once you embrace the fact that this is who you are and who you'll always be, it begins to get easier, because you can start to trust, or you can start to treat your illness with prayer and meetings. So reach out if you are struggling today. There is a way out, in which millions of men and women agree upon, called AA. And most of all, one who can save even the most wretched of us. And His name is Jesus, my Lord and Savior. So once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. This term strikes fire in some people, especially in the religious, how would you call it, and the religious side of things, and some people don't understand, and a lot of those people have never been an alcoholic or never been an addict, so they don't really understand that this is who I am. This is something I deal with on a daily. This is something I gotta battle each and every day. So they think that once you get saved, everything's gone. You're a whole different person, which the Lord does say, become a new person, the old is washed away, and that is true. A lot of the old is washed away. But I take it as, I had to learn to embrace that I can't put myself in certain situations because I am an addict and I have an addictive personality. So though the old man is washed away and I am made whole and I am made new, those old characteristics are still there. Me being the addict that I am, I can't go certain places, I can't be around certain people, and I can't even be treated in hospitals the same way I used to be treated, because me being an addict. So I guess what I'm trying to kind of get at is don't let someone shame you into being something you're not. Don't be embarrassed to say, hey, I'm an alcoholic, hey, I'm an addict, because there might be someone out there that needs to hear it. And when they hear you say that, they say, oh, so am I. What helps you? How do you stay sober each and every day? And one of the main ways I stay sober each and every day is by the grace of God. God keeps me sober through COVID, through no meetings. They had Zoom meetings. I couldn't do those because I didn't have internet. I had bad phone service, so I couldn't do the Zoom meetings. So I was meetingless. I had like a meeting once a month if I got lucky enough to go to it. So I feared not, because I knew I didn't have to wake up and go chase drugs. I didn't have to wake up and go chase a drink, because God was going to hold me through that day. He was going to give me the strength, the courage, and the guidance I needed each and every day until things got back right and meetings were opened back up to conquer that day. This is a 24-hour program. This is a one day at a time program. So don't let someone shame you into not embracing who you are. If it wasn't for me being an addict, I would have never built the characters I've built in me as a person. I would have never became the man I've become. I would have never felt the struggles I felt, and to enjoy the happiness I have today. So just don't let no one steer you away from doing what your heart desires. I had a very strong passion for starting this channel to help others. And there's a few that don't agree with it, because they don't believe that I'm that person anymore. And I hold nothing against them, because they just don't understand that I wake up every day and fight. I wake up every day and start fighting. Though I know that I can conquer that day, and though I know that there's a good probability I'm going to win, I still wake up and have to fight every day. I can no longer hang around people that I called my brother, that I loved and would take bullet for. I can no longer go to places. I can no longer go to bars. I can no longer there's many things that I can't do today because of me being an addict. So if it was completely gone, I could go about willy-nilly and do whatever I wanted whenever I wanted, but that's not the case. This is who I am, and I'm okay with that. I've embraced that. I've come to terms with this is who I am. I believe that once you come to terms with this is who you are, like I said, you can begin to treat the problem. If you don't know what the problem is, there's no way to treat it. But once you recognize the problem and recognize the issue, and you look in that mirror and be like, and you're like, it's me. I'm the problem. I'm the issue. I'm the addict. Nobody else is sticking the dope in me. Nobody else is shoving the booze down my throat. I'm doing it. I'm the sole advocate of this problem. And you begin to work on you. You begin to go to meetings. You begin to work a program of recovery. And, it says in the big book and how it works. It says how it works in big, bold letters. It doesn't say this is maybe how it works. This is possibly how it works. No, this is how it works. Though it is a suggested program of recovery, I believe that the steps are a must in order to maintain sobriety. If we are rigorous, honest, and thorough from the very start, it will work for us also. The old timers will say, never have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed these steps. You know, it really says in the big book, rarely have we seen a person fail that has rigorously followed these or thoroughly follows these steps. But the old timers will say, never have we seen a person fail. They may go back out, but eventually they come back. You know, these steps have worked for millions, for over 100 years, for millions of people. So now you must ask yourself, are you willing to take those odds and do the work and maintain your sobriety and live a happy, joyous, and free life? We treat our problem with how it works. We treat our problem with the steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. We treat our problem with prayer. For some, it may be meditation. For me, obviously, you see one of my treatments is fishing. I have a very, very big passion for fishing. I love to fish, and I hope I can make it somewhere one day. I'm hoping one day that I can retire early enough to spend a lot of time fishing and making full-time content for fishing with my family, have more time with my family. You know, I don't work, you know, just a regular 9 to 5. I work a 4 to 4. You know, I'm usually, you know, there 13 hours a day, you know, five days a week at least. And, you know, I don't have as much time with my family these days because of that. But in order to one day get that time, I must go through this right now. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything happens for a reason. So I kind of find it ironic that, you know, this was a program that I made fun of and poked fun of because I thought it was silly to go sit in a room and admit that you were an alcoholic or an addict. And to be sitting here today making videos on Alcoholics Anonymous, going to meetings in Alcoholics Anonymous, I just find it funny that God put that in my path because he knew I needed it more than I knew I needed it. So when others may be embarrassed or ashamed or whatever the feelings may be, I you know, I'm not 100% sure of why someone would feel that way. But if you have a passion for something and you love something enough to spend enough time to make videos and content of it, and you go at it wholeheartedly, you know, you'd think that they would stand by you. So just do you. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you... This is service work for me, you know. In the big book it says, give back what was so freely given to you. And this is me giving back what was gave to me. Knowledge. Hope. A glare into the future that if it's possible for me, it's possible for you also. So don't give up on what you love. You know, go even harder for it. You know, you know, just go at it 100%, 110%. This is something I love, and this is something I'm going to do. No one's going to stop me from doing this. The only one that could is God. If he gave me, you know, a reason to quit, if he steered me to do something else. But I felt like he gave me the idea to start this channel. He gave me the name for this channel. I racked my brain for days upon days trying to come up with a name for this channel, and it just clicked one day. I'm set free by the grace of God. I'm no longer bound by them chains of addiction. Set free fishing. I love to fish. Set free fishing. You know, it just clicked to me one day. I'm set free and I love to fish. And I'm going to combine those two, and I'm going to speak to the world and let them know that they can be set free too. There is people that watch my channel that know me and know my past and know who I was. So these stories go a lot deeper with them than it may some of y'all, because y'all never got to see the old me and how wretched and how crooked and how evil I was to get my next fix. I'd do whatever it took. Nobody mattered but my high and me getting high. So when I say I'm set free from a lot of things. I'm set free from a deep, deep, dark depression I was in. Though I smiled on the outside, I was in a very dark, dark place. And I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't think there was. And then God started dealing with me and whispering to me, this is not who I meant for you to be. And he pulled me out of those depths of depression and hell and brought me to where I am today, to spread a message, to share my testimony of faith, courage, willingness. You got to be teachable. You got to be humble. You got to be meek. You know, do I complain sometimes? Yeah, I'm only human. But I'm very grateful for what I have today. I have everything my heart ever desired and much more. I have the most beautiful, beautiful heaven-sent daughter that I could ever imagine. I always wanted a family, but it was never the right time. You know, I was always in such a bad place that when I did settle down a little bit, it'd never last because my addiction would take over and it would end up in shambles eventually. So for me to be stable today and for me to have the love of a woman that should have left me, for her to stand by my side and fight with me, I have so much gratitude for her, because she could have just as easily picked everything up and walked away and gave up on me like so many people in my life have. But God never gave up on me. And my mom and dad never gave up on me. My sister never gave up on me. My brother never gave up on me. And there's other family members that never gave up on me. But there's also a lot that was waiting for me to slip up. And some of them got that wish. When I got saved, you know, I was doing good for a while, sober for 2 years, and then I relapsed. But if it wasn't for that relapse, I would have never been introduced to the rooms of AA. So I sit here proud today to say, hi, my name's Jerry, and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, my name's Jerry, I'm an addict. But I'm sober. When I lay my head on this very pillow tonight, when I lay it down tonight, I'll lay that head down sober. I'll no longer pass out. I'll no longer come to in the morning. I'll wake up with a smile on my face because God gave me another day to spend with my family and spread this message of hope. If you're struggling, reach out, please. This world is, the U.S. is very, very bad right now. Fentanyl is ran rapid in our streets. You know, addiction has ran rapid in this world. You don't have to fight alone. You don't have to struggle no more. You can be set free just like I was. Reach out. Please reach out. Reach out on here. I'll comment back. You know, if you got to private message me to get my number because you need someone to talk to, because you're struggling, or you feel like you're, even if you're already sober and you feel like you're on the verge of a relapse and you just need somebody to talk to, reach out. I'd rather you call me at 3 a.m. than you go to the dope man's house and relapse. I'd rather you call me at 2 a.m. than, you know, ending yourself. Reach out. You don't have to fight alone. We're in this together. It's a we program, and it's a beautiful program, and it's a beautiful life. And you can live this happy, joyous, and free life. Be proud of who you are and who you can become. And never give up the fight. Never give up the fight. He's waiting on you to give up the fight. The devil is sitting right there waiting for you to come back to him. But by the strength of God, if we put on the whole armor of God each and every morning when we get up, we'll never have to go back to that life again. And you can have that same freedom and live a beautiful life. Reach out, find a local AA meeting, go on Google, look up AA meetings near me, and I guarantee you can find one close to you. I guarantee you within 10 miles of you, you'll find an AA meeting somewhere in your area. Reach out, keep fighting, and while you're out there, make the tug your drug.